it's Molly again and Colin the Crow, and we're here today to talk to you all about hibernation. Hibernation means to be in a dormant state throughout the winter. So this means that animals' bodies slow right down as if they are in a deep sleep. And they do this to conserve energy and also to survive the lack of food source. So Colin, shall we tell everyone what the animals get up to here during the winter? Okay. So queen bumblebees hibernate under the ground during the winter, and all the honeybees, they huddle together really tightly to keep warm, and often all the bees will do a bum wriggle dance, and that is a way that they keep warm. And the toads and the frogs, like all amphibians, are ectothermic, and that means that they can't regulate their body temperature. So what they do is they hide under the ground during the winter. But they don't just hibernate under the ground. They can be found in compost heaps and leaf piles and even under logs, or even at the bottom of the pond. Oh, Colin says that not all animals hibernate, but they do slow right down, such as squirrels. Squirrels don't hibernate and they're active all year round, but what they do is slow right down, cuddle up together in nests that they call drays, made of a dense ball of intertwining twigs and often lined with moss, leaves and grass. And they are often found up on a really big branch in a tree. They will go out to search for food, and often they will have stored away acorns and nuts in secret places for them to return to as and when throughout the winter. But quite often they forget where they put these nuts and they grow into trees the next year. That's right, Colin. So the badgers, they live together in a group called a clan, and they will burrow under the ground in homes that they make, and they will not necessarily hibernate, but they do slow right down, and they need to make sure that they eat lots and lots of food in the autumn so that they have fat stores to get them through the winter. Ah, that's right, Colin. So the hedgehogs, they do need to hibernate during the winter. And Colin says that he's seen them in hedges and shrubs and in leaf piles and even in compost heaps. But hedgehogs are rather vulnerable, and it's a good idea that if you can build them a little home in the garden along with a dish of water and some food. And I'm going to show you now how you can make your very own hedgehog home and what kind of food you can leave out for them. So now I'm going to show you how to make your very own hedgehog home. And we're going to be using bricks and a slab for this. So that should be quite easy for you to get hold of. But I'll tell you at the end some alternative ways of making a home using other materials. But because we're using bricks and a slab for this, you may want to wear some gloves so that you don't scratch your hands and hurt yourself, okay? So to start with, we're going to take our bricks and build our frame. So you should have 2 bricks at the top, and then you start putting the ones going down to the sides on the outside. So on this side you should have 4 bricks, but then on the other side you should only have 2. And then you take another one and start going inwards, because hedgehogs like to have a little corridor as they're entering their home so that they feel extra safe. So that's what we're going to do now. And there we go, this is our frame. So all we need to do now is just put another layer of bricks on the top. Right, There we go, that is all of the sides, the walls all built. So now, before we add on the roof, which will be our slab, we need to fill the house up with some fillings, some insulation, something to keep the hedgehogs nice and warm. Their favourite are leaves, but you can also use straw as well. So here we go, big handfuls of leaves going right inside like this. Once you've filled up the home with some insulation, it's time to put the roof on. So you'll be putting one on the top here, and then you may need a second slab for the corridor, for the front entrance. Here we have our home. So to finish it off, it's a really good idea to camouflage it. So again, find lots and lots of leaves and cover the whole thing over. So here we go, one camouflaged hedgehog home ready for the winter. To add on, you can include a water bowl and a food bowl. And because the hedgehogs have got little legs, they need something that is ground level. So the best thing I found was a flower pot dish. So you put them somewhere nearby the home, and I like to add some cat food and some water in there. So just empty it into a little tray. Not easy to get out. That'll do. You can chop it up a bit for them. But ideally your tray needs to be really shallow because they've only got little legs, so they need it to be ground level. But there we are, that's all ready for the hedgehogs. And then to accompany the dinner, we're going to give them some water. A bit tricky being... So if you haven't got bricks to use or a slab, there are other ways that you can make your own hedgehog home. You can use a plastic storage container, which you'll turn upside down. You'll cut a little hole in for the front entrance. You might need to put tape around that hole, like gaffer tape or something, to stop it from hurting the hedgehogs as they go through. And then some people also like to add a tube onto their front entrances, and this is supposed to deter the cats. Apparently they're scared of tubes, so if you add a tube on, then the hedgehogs will be even more safer. You can actually buy your very own hedgehog home already built. They're usually wooden. You can get all kinds of designs, or you could build one using wood. So there are many different ways of making a hedgehog home, and hopefully if you make one in your garden, then you'll be providing shelter for a hedgehog all winter long. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you've learnt something new about hibernation and what the animals get up to here at the forest school during winter. Until next time everyone, goodbye.